Good morning, good looking people. And you're good looking because you're always looking. And of course, you are finding the good in everything. Hope you had a great weekend. Today is Monday. Today is the 6th of Menachem Av. Being that it's Monday, that means it's a little bit longer, Hayom Yom. But we will get through it together. It's a little complex. So let me lay out a couple of concepts to start with. First of all, intellect versus emotions. Intellect is your brain, thinking, reality, knowledge, things that you can actually grasp and it makes sense, being rational. Emotions, your heart, passion, fire, that whatever is coming, it's objective to the moment, may not be contained, and that's why they're completely separate. Now, today's Hayom Yom is all about connecting the two together, and by connecting emotions with intellect, that will put us in a higher level and allows us to draw down godliness in levels that we would never have been able to achieve by only working on one path. So, as Rabbi Zain said very well this morning in Shul, is yes, they need to be together. We need to work with them together, and this brings down all the blessings. Now, another concept. We use the word bracha a lot. Why baruch or bracha? It comes from the word berech, which means to kneel down or to bring down. And essentially when we use that word baruch, we're always in a drawing down motion, and that brings things down from up high down to this world. So, let's read the Hayom Yom today. I know there's got some complicated thoughts or words in it. We're going to get through it, and then I'll try to sum it up and give you a application that we can all relate to. So the Hayom Yom is referring to in Tehillim, Chapter 134, there's Pasuk Beis and Gimel, and it says as follows: Se'u yedechem, Kodesh uvarchu es Hashem, Yivarechecha Hashem mitzion oisei shamayim va'aretz. I will translate this in the Hayom Yom, but that is what the Hayom Yom is talking about. So when the Alter Rebbe came from Petersburg, he delivered a mimer to the Mittler Rebbe, very specific to him, comprised of only a few lines. In this teaching, successive stages in a Jew's avodah are presented via mystical exposition of two verses. And going back to the Hebrew verses we just read, this is the English translation. Raise your hands in holiness and bless Hashem. May Hashem bless you from Zion, He who makes the heaven and the earth. Now the Rebbe goes ahead and takes these sentences and breaks them down, and then gives you a little bit of an explanation to each one that we're talking about intellect and emotions and tying them together, and what will happen if you do that. So first, when it says raise your hands in holiness, this alludes to uplifting one's emotive attributes, which is the emotions, to the intellect, and beaming the light of the intellect into the emotional attributes. So this is the concept of putting the two together. And when it says bless Hashem, through this one draws down the sublime level Hashem, the name of Havaya, which is God's name. And when it says, may God bless you from Zion, again, another word, Baruch, bless, as a result, the name Havaya is brought forth from the essence of the soul. Again, a bringing down. And the last part is, he who makes the heaven and the earth, and through this, all the worlds are sustained. So let's tie it up, what's the message of the Hayom Yom, and then I'll give you an application. So first of all, we talked about emotions and we talked about intellect. Completely two different paths. But the idea is to connect them together. And when we do that, which bringing the emotions down into, emotions into intellect and intellect into emotions, this is what brings down that you're able to reach higher levels that we may not have been able to achieve on our own. And how do we do this? We do this by mashing them together, that we have to work on them. Just being irrational and acting out doesn't work. And you also just can't be completely immune from everything and just be monotoned and numb to the world by being rational. By working these together, that's the concept of what it says in today's Hayom Yom. Now, application. Every Motzei Shabbos we do something called Havdalah. Havdalah, when we are separating between Shabbos and the weekdays, what do we say? We say Baruch Hamavdil ben Kodesh L'chol. Why do we say Baruch Hamavdil? Why don't we just say Hamavdil ben Kodesh L'chol, which means to separate between the mundane and the holy? Why the word bracha? Comes back to the same concept. The word bracha is drawing down. And what we're doing when we say Baruch Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'Chol means we're drawing down all the holiness, all the brachas that we got of Shabbos, all those different attributes related to the holy day. We're bringing them down to carry with us throughout the week. So the idea of Baruch HaMavdil is that we're now connecting all those blessings to the holy days of the holy day to the mundane days, and that way we have those blessings throughout the week. Again, another concept of bringing down. So the message of the day is not to get stuck in just emotions, not to get just stuck in intellect. They have to work together. And when we do that, we are bringing down different levels of godliness that we couldn't achieve otherwise. And by doing this, we're making the world a greater place. We're bringing more godliness here. Have a successful week. Have a wonderful week. Wishing you all the best. We'll talk more tomorrow.